Hi, it's Elizabeth here, and we're back for flip number 18. One of these days I'm going to be up to date on my videos and my filming, and I don't even know what today is. We're in July right now, but I'm still going through the old books that I have. And so anyway, let's get started. So on this day, it was, the prompt was go to favorite phobo supplies, and my favorite supplies are Posca pens, microns, and colored pencils. I do most of my drawing or lettering, the black lettering, is in the micron pens. Sometimes I use Sharpies, it just depends on how I feel. Let's see. Oh, and my nails aren't painted anymore. Yeah, I don't do nail polish. I don't know. I had it on there for like a couple of days, and it was funny because my daughter and I were wondering how long it would take my husband to realize that my nails were painted and give a negative comment about them, because he doesn't like my nails painted either, which is just fine with me because I don't care to have them painted. But and so yeah, it went like a couple of days, and I said, honey, you never said anything about my fingernails. He said, I noticed, I don't like them. I said, I know. So yeah, there's the nail saga. I don't like painting my nails, and I actually had to file them because they were getting crazy long, and my index fingers are growing, my fingernails are growing, yay. Anyway, back to this. Excuse me. One of the prompts was your favorite dish to prepare, and I love to prepare homemade chicken parmesan. Love it. And I do everything, from scratch. Other than, of course I don't make the spaghetti, and I don't actually raise the chicken, but other than that, I do everything else. The breading, the sauce, everything's from scratch. So I really enjoy doing that. And then this was Let's Sketch It, and the theme was animals. So I like doing these whimsical little, lovebirds. And there's me and my husband, and notice I'm a bit bigger than he is. Anyway, and a little quote at the bottom to fill in some space. And then the next day, sorry about the glare. Oh, can I get that off? Okay. The next day, I wasn't feeling all that great, and so I just wanted, again, some positivity, and so I chose to just collage on this page. Sometimes that's just what I do. And I've said before, I think I'm gonna film another video as well that talks about like my process. If anyone's interested, I don't know. But I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't work in this daily. I know it's a daily journal, but there are days that I just can't do it. So I often go back and play catch up on my Fobonichi pages. So anyway, I'll try to film that in a different video. And then this day here was, it was a Friday, and again, I wasn't feeling very well, and this is probably a page I went back to do, but I saw this, and I'm not sure if one of the gals on our group, she's so lovely, she puts all these really sweet memes up, and positive memes on the Fobonichi Journalers group. She wishes everybody a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever they are in the world, and then puts these positive memes. And it's so great. So I'm not sure if I got this from her on the site or somewhere else, but it talks about positive self-talk is basically what it says. And we believe what we tell ourselves. So, and I do believe that. So, and then I wrote here, this is something that I wrote, that every day can't be all sunshine and roses. After all, the sun burns and all roses have thorns. Find joy and keep moving forward. I know the first part of it sounds kind of negative, but the whole point of that is, to find joy, to talk to yourself and tell yourself it's okay to feel this way as long as you don't stay that way. It's okay to have a bad day, but to tell yourself that you are lovable, you're strong, you can do this, all of that positive self-talk. I think it's really important. This is actually just a beautiful picture I saw on a magazine cover. It's actually a tiled mosaic tabletop, so I thought I'd put that in there. And this positive self-talk meme was the most important thing I was shown today, and that was the prompt. So that's what I did for that day. This day, sorry about the glare, my overhead light. We were down in the Keys, and my husband went in for his latest additions on his back tattoos, and so he got the two things at the bottom done. It's a good thing I like tattoos. He doesn't have any on the front of him. He has them on his arms and on his back, none on his legs or anywhere else, because I don't like that, and I don't like them on the front. And so anyhow, yep, he got those done. So that was 3 sessions, and 6 hours later, he got it done. And it was like over a period of a couple weeks. And we were heading in toward Father's Day. And so that evening we went to, I think it was Saturday, or we might have gone Friday. We went for lunch at the Bayside Grill down in the Keys, and then the kids took their Father's Day picture with my son and my husband and my daughter. And then the next day, we actually went down to Shula Burger Place down in, what's it called? Alamorada in the Keys, and that was really yummy. So we went in and did that, and so we had a lot of fun together. And then this day was actually Father's Day, and so I decided to put a page toward my father. So yes, I'm perfectly thankful and happy with the father of my children. However, this day is to celebrate your own father. And so my daughter had this quote for her father, my husband, but I stole it from her. And it says, "A father is a son's hero and a daughter's first love." So that's me and my daddy. And so wishing him a happy Father's Day. And then one of the sketches, it was Sketch It Day, and the sketch was to draw your bed. Well, I just wasn't in the mood to draw, so I found a picture of my bed and printed it off. So I love my bed, and I spend many a day in it, unfortunately. But it's a good thing I like it so much. And then this is a book, I guess the 365 question of the day was the last book that you read, and so I had read Breaking Night. And then in here I just wrote like a little synopsis, I guess of what it is. But it's a great book, and it's an autobiography of a woman who grows up in a turbulent home environment, drugs, just poverty, excuse me. And then later she is determined to change her life. So she graduates from a specific high school that deals with at-risk kids, I'm guessing. And she makes her way all the way to Harvard. And so it's a really great, inspiring book. So I really enjoyed that. Actually, it was suggested by my daughter. One of her English professors suggested that they read it, and so I had bought the book for her to read, and then I just saw it on the shelf and read it. So it's a good book. If you enjoy inspiring stories, check it out. And then let's see over here. Yeah, my book is almost complete, and I was just having a rough few weeks health-wise, so yeah, I think I still have some unfinished procrastinating to do from yesterday. It was a rough day. So anyway, that was that. And the prompt was the best piece of advice, and I've received a lot of advice, good advice, and some bad, but good advice through my years. And a piece of advice that my father gave me years ago was, if you don't have the cash, you can't have it. He taught me that when I was young. I started working, excuse me, when I was about 14 years old, opened a bank account. I worked for a roofing company in the summer, and I had been working ever since until I had kids, but in various jobs. But back then, you could actually use your parents' credit card. Like, not like today where you have to show ID and all that kind of stuff because of identity theft and whatnot, Back when I was a kid, and if I wanted something, or whatever, I wanted to go shopping or whatever the case was, I would ask my dad, can I use your credit card? Because like, maybe it was a Sunday, and I was going to the mall with friends and it was a Sunday and the bank wasn't open. And so I didn't have cash on me. And he would come at the end of the month and he would have highlighted, my purchases. And he would always tell me before he gave me the card, do you have money in your bank account? Because if you don't have the cash to cover this, you can't have the card. And I said, yes, I have the cash. And so, yeah, I mean, I've lived by that rule, and it's a great rule to live by. So, so many people nowadays, they're just in debt. They, everyone's priorities are different. And, but there's really no reason to live in debt. I mean, if you don't have the money, then you don't need it. And that's what I try to tell my kids too. Yeah. So debt is no fun. And anyway, and then another piece of advice was from my late brother. He passed away. It'll be 2 years this December. And I was very close with him. He was only about a year older than I was. And he was a licensed marriage and family therapist. And one of the best pieces of advice that he gave me was, you cannot control how others react and respond. And so that has been very helpful to me over the years in dealing with different situations. So, and then this day, still not feeling all that great. I had a total bed day, and I was inspired by lamaslovelettering.com on YouTube, and she does these videos for hand lettering, and they're great videos. The only thing is that she uses colorful language. So if you're offended by that, excuse me, and I think I mentioned this in a past video too, if you're offended by that, then just turn down the volume. You'll still get the gist of it, but I really do enjoy watching her videos on here. And she also, I think she has a website, lamaslovelettering.com, that you can go on and actually print out like PDF files. So yeah, I was in bed and I just worked on my lettering. And then this day here, it was on collections, was one of the prompts, like, what are your collections? And before I had kids, and when my kids were younger, I had this collection of bears. Don't ask me why, but like everywhere I went, my husband and I would pick up bears in every shape or form, whether it was a plate, a cup, just anything. I mean, I have bears galore. Now they're all up in my attic because I have grown up a bit. And so, yeah, I don't collect bears. In fact, as soon as I realized that all the bears do is actually, they're collectors themselves. They collect something called dust. So, yeah, I don't collect anything nowadays. I don't like tchotchkes. I don't like any of that stuff because all that means to me is extra work and I have to dust. So, anyway, here, this is a little pocket I put in here because I received a pocket letter from my pen pal in Scotland, and she's a mused muse here on YouTube, such a sweet lady. And so let me see if I can get this out. So yeah, there's one of her cards that holds the the letter that she gave me, and so I put it in a little pocket and tipped that in. And so that was fun receiving that. And then I was filming this day, flip throughs 11 and 12 and the pocket letter one on my YouTube channel. And here was childhood vacations, another prompt. And so each year as a family, we'd go on a trip to Disney World. And we went with the Boy Scouts of America. My brothers were involved in the Boy Scouts, and so they went every year to Disney World. And so I remember doing that as a kid and having a lot of fun. And then this is just a positive meme about a reminder to myself. So that was that. And then this here is the state of my craft room. And it is still that way. And this is the state of me, the 7 dwarves of menopause. I have no idea if I'm in menopause, but good golly day, I surely hope I am, because if I'm not, there's something definitely wrong. So this is how I was feeling like this whole week. It was just, it was just a rough week. you can tell by how many collages I do and like how big my like my pictures are and stuff like that, that I'm not having a good day if I have huge pictures and collages going on. So then this was Friday and I just decided to do a collage about Key's life, and this is a beautiful sunset picture and seahorses and pretty fish, and so I decided to do that. And then this here, we were actually down in the Keys, and my kids went with my daughter's boyfriend out. They just, went out and about. And so we were left at home, and we were going to go out on the boat, but my husband wasn't feeling good in the morning. And then, I don't know, once the kids left, it was like, ooh, well, we got a burst of energy, I guess. So anyhow, Big Handsome took me out on the kayak and we paddled. We were out for about 2 hours and we paddled over to a place called Lake Surprise. And I mean, it's not very surprising. It's just a lake surrounded by mangroves. So, but on the way, it was sweet. We saw a big old manatee in the canal. And so that was fun to see that. And then at night, that evening, I was watching, late at night, I was out on the patio upstairs and I was watching the lightning storm over the Everglades, which is super cool. And it's just absolutely gorgeous. So I love doing that. And then this day here was Sunday. And I did a switcheroo because actually Saturday we did this. And Sunday we did this. So all the manatee, the lightning storm, the kayak ride happened on Sunday, actually. So what we did on Saturday was my husband had been looking for a 6-seater golf cart because we live like in a community of homes and they're surrounded by canals and whatnot. And a lot of people have golf carts to tool around in. And so he found why he needed a 6-seater. I have no idea. We only have 4 people in our family, but I guess he figured, if the kids have friends down or if we have family down, then we can all fit in it. So yeah, he ended up getting an 8-seater. I guess, from the price wise, it was a really good deal. And so yeah, he got his new toy on Saturday. So we had fun tooling around in that. And the kids love it. They get on it and drive all over the place. They drive over to a little cay that's near us and watch the sunset. So it's just fun, more stuff. And then this day was a lazy day. So I'm not sure. My husband might have been home this day. I can't remember. But yeah, just a lazy day. And so when I have lazy days, this is what I do. Then this day was, I'm just gonna keep on going. I know this is getting long, but I'm almost to the end, so I don't want to do like a whole, I really need to plan these out a lot better. But anyway, this day I went to the doctor. I hate going to the doctor because I end up having to tell my story about POTS, every single freaking time. It's like, it's so annoying. I really just need to print out a sheet of paper and just hand it over as soon as they ask. Then that afternoon, I spent the afternoon just cracking up with my daughter. We spent the afternoon in bed watching funny YouTube videos. So that was fun. And then I spoke with my dad on the phone for an hour because it was his birthday. So that was nice to get some time to talk to him. And so that was that day. And that was the end of the month. And so at the end of the book, what I decided to do was just do a currently I'm page. And so it's, currently reading, playing, watching, listening to, working on, eating, wanting, needing, loving, thinking, feeling, celebrating, grateful for. So I did that list to fill up that page. And then I just put this on here. And this is actually from a calendar that I bought at the Dollar Tree. And I love the whimsy of it. So anyway, that's the back of my book. And I don't even know. Nope, look at that. I didn't even decorate the back cover. No worries. So there we have it. The end of my 3rd book. This contains May and June. And my next flip will be in my new altered composition book for July and August. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like and comment below if you want to. And I'll catch you on in the next flip. Thanks.